I'm at a loss for where to even begin, but I need to get this out of my system, because the more I dwell on it, the more I feel like I'm slipping away from reality. I've been awake since 3 a.m., just reliving everything, torn between wanting to yell and wanting to vanish for a while. I'm Gemma, and I've been married to Randall for 3 years. We met in the most bizarre way, not through work or shared friends, but stuck in an elevator at an escape room. Sounds like a cheesy rom-com setup, but it was just 40 minutes of silence, terrible puns, and me trying not to panic about needing the bathroom. That kind of set the tone for our relationship, awkward, cramped, and not exactly romantic. I don't have a huge circle of friends, just a few I really trust. My family's around. We're not super tight, but we text and catch up during holidays. You know how it goes. Randall, though, comes from a massive family. I mean, so many people I can't keep their names straight, and every gathering feels like a convention. There's this ongoing joke at every event where they call me the outsider, the serious one, or, my favorite, the one with strong opinions. At first I brushed it off as typical family teasing. Not my thing, but manageable. Lately, though, it's gotten sharper, more cutting. I can't tell if I'm being too sensitive or if they're actually getting nastier, but it's not fun anymore, if it ever was. So the big event, Ariana, Randall's cousin, is expecting her first kid, so there's a baby shower at his mom's place. If you've been to one, it's not all cute games and pastel treats. It's more like everyone crowding the kitchen, eating too much dip, and debating diaper brands. I arrive with Randall, and right away I sense this weird, heavy vibe. People are loud, but also watching me like I'm the odd one out in some unspoken gag. I try to stay low-key, scrolling my phone, chatting with Ariana, who's genuinely sweet and not part of the issue. But then, predictably, Randall's sister Regan sweeps in. She's the kind of person who thinks she's the star of every room, with a drink in hand, tossing her usual jabs. She asks if I've finally figured out their grandma's casserole recipe, comments that my boots are bold. They're just combat boots, okay? I force a smile, stick to the corner by the window because the house is stifling with so many people. Then one of Randall's aunts, I can't keep them straight, one of the loud ones, asks in this fake cheery voice, "So when are you two having a baby?" The room goes dead silent. I hate these questions. Randall knows this. He knows I don't want to discuss it publicly, that it's a sensitive topic, and that I'm not even sure I want kids. We've talked about maybe someday, but not now. Not like this. Not when we're still sorting things out. He always says he's on the same page, but then he'll drop comments about being too young for fatherhood. He's 33. Not exactly a kid himself. I shrug and say, "Oh, we're not rushing." But Randall? I don't know if it was the spotlight or a drink or just cruelty, but he laughs, a loud, harsh, almost mocking sound, and says, "With her? I'd rather stay kid-free than deal with that kind of gloom." People laugh. Not just polite chuckles, but real, hearty laughter, like he's nailed a stand-up routine. Regan, never one to miss her moment, adds, she'd probably give birth to grudges and nurse them with chaos. There's a beat, then more laughter. I'm just standing there, completely exposed. What am I supposed to do? I look at Randall and he's grinning. Not at me, but at the room, basking in the attention. I say, "You're not funny." My voice is steady, not loud. He smirks and goes, "Chill, you're always so touchy. No wonder I don't want kids with you. I've never wanted to lash out so badly, but I don't." I just clench my fists and stare him down. Reagan's still laughing. Someone mutters about modern women, and my mind blanks. I head for the hallway, needing air, maybe to call my sister. Randall grabs my arm, hard, not violent, but too firm, like he's trying to keep me from embarrassing him. He says, "Where are you going?" Don't ruin this for everyone. I pull free and say, not caring who hears, "Touch me again, and I will." He lets go, but his hand lingers too long. As I walk away, I hear his mom whisper to him, "Get your wife in line." It's not even meant for me, like I'm just a problem to manage. I glance back, lock eyes with her, but say nothing and keep moving. In the hallway, Reagan steps in front of me, smirking. "Come on, Gemma, it was just a joke." I don't respond, just push past her, knocking over a tray of party trinkets. She gasps like I've committed a crime, but I keep going. At the door, another aunt tries to grab my arm, but I pull away and say, "Don't!" I slam the door behind me. I sit in Randall's car shaking and text my friend Madeline. Not my sister. Same name. Sorry for the confusion. She says, "Come over." I drive to her place and spend 2 hours in her kitchen eating cold pizza and talking about anything else. My phone keeps buzzing, group chats, Randall, Regan, his mom. I turn it off and shove it in my bag. I don't go home that night. I text my mom so she doesn't worry, and she says she'll call tomorrow. She's not shocked, which probably says something about how things have been. I keep replaying it all. Randall's grip, his mom's control your wife, Reagan blocking me like I'm a runaway pet. It feels intentional, like they're testing if I'll crack. I think Randall acts this way because he's ashamed I don't adore his family like everyone else does. He gets defensive when I call out their behavior, saying I make things weird by not playing along. I think he loves being the funny guy, the golden son, especially for his mom. And Reagan? She just hates that I don't laugh at her quips or fit her idea of a good wife. I'm not trying to overanalyze them. It's just the only explanation for why they'd act like this. They're used to getting away with it. I stay at Madeline's that night, and by morning, my phone's a mess. 30 unread messages in the family group chat. Randall's called, I don't pick up. His mom texted my mom saying she's disappointed I caused a scene. No one mentions Randall humiliating me. They don't think it's a big deal. I'm supposed to let it go because that's what good wives do. I'm not apologizing. I'm done acting like this is normal. Okay, so here's the next part, because apparently my life is now just group chats and family drama. I was going to wait until I had a plan, but if I don't write this, I'll lose it. After that awful baby shower, check my last post for the mess. I stayed at my friend Madeline's. She didn't pry, just gave me comfy clothes and let me eat her ice cream. I only checked my phone to text my mom so she wouldn't worry. I expected maybe a few missed calls from Randall, maybe a weak apology. Nope. I woke up to a digital disaster. My phone's going off before I'm even awake. 30 notifications from the family group chat, fam vibes, which makes me gag every time. Randall's asking if anyone's heard from me. His mom chimes in with this fake concerned, "Is Gemma okay?" We're all worried. Then it gets worse. Regan posts a meme of a dog labeled Drama Llama. Real classy. It turns into a debate. Some say I overreacted, others say, why'd she storm out? It was just a joke. Ariana tries to calm things down, but it's pointless. Randall's aunt, the one who's always on about her vegan diet, says I don't get their family humor. I feel nauseous. Is humiliating someone a family tradition? I see Randall's mom texted my mom separately, asking her to talk sense into me because I'm upsetting everyone. My mom forwards it, replying to her, I'll check on Gemma. No help there. Then my own family chat blows up. My mom's playing mediator, suggesting I come home for dinner to work it out. My dad sends a single fist bump emoji, classic him. My sister, yes, also named Madeline, sorry for the mix-up, goes off, sending me videos about toxic in-laws and saying, burn it all down. I almost laugh, which is the closest I've felt to okay since the shower. I tell my mom I'm not ready to face Randall. She says she gets it, but hints I should smooth things over. My sister texts, don't you dare give in. Randall calls. I let it go to voicemail. He texts, saying I'm making it worse and should apologize to move on. I laugh out loud. Me? Apologize? I start typing a response but delete it, not wanting to sound as petty as them. I don't even know what I want from him. An apology? For him to understand. I'm not hopeful. Reagan posts another meme in the chat. A woman fake crying with, here comes the drama, in bold. I want to smash my phone. Instead, I mute the chat and walk around Madeline's block. It's cold, but it clears my head. I call Madeline, friend, not sister, and vent for 10 minutes. She listens, offers me another night at her place. I say yes. Back at her apartment, another wave of messages hits. Randall DMs me, saying he didn't mean it, but I know how his family is, and shouldn't take it personally. He says we can talk if I come home. I reply, you humiliated me on purpose. He leaves me on read. Then Reagan screenshots our DM and posts it in the group chat with, wow, someone's unhinged. Ariana sends me a screenshot of it, apologizing. I'm livid, not even on meds, but even if I was, what's her deal? I text Reagan, delete it or I'll spill what you said about your mom last Easter. She deletes it. I don't say more. I want her to know I'm not playing nice. Randall's mom calls, leaves a voicemail. Gemma, stop stirring drama. This isn't how we do things. I don't listen to the rest. I decide I'm done hiding. I post in the group chat. I'm not your punching bag. I'm not here for your amusement. If you want to talk like adults, I'm here. If not, leave me alone. I hit send before I overthink. The chat goes quiet for 5 minutes. Then an aunt replies, this is why outsiders don't fit in. I leave it. I'm not arguing with someone who thinks cruelty is tradition. That night, Randall shows up at Madeline's. I guess he tracked my phone's location. My bad for not turning it off. Madeline answers, arms crossed. Randall plays the victim. Can we talk? I say, not here. He says, you can't avoid me forever. I say, bet. He tries to step inside. Madeline blocks him. He gets loud, so she threatens to call the building manager. He leaves, slamming the door. I thank her. She says, you're not staying with that guy, right? I say, I don't know. My mom calls, worried, suggests I come home for space. My dad says, if he shows up here, I'll deal with it. That helps. The next day, Randall's mom tries to rope my mom into it again, like I'm a kid who needs scolding. My mom says, Gemma's an adult. She'll decide. I'm shocked she stood up for me. I vent to my sister, who says, they'll never change. Decide if you can live with this forever. I say, I can't. She says, then don't. It's not that simple, but she's right. I move to my parents for now. Randall keeps texting, saying he misses me, but also that I owe his family an apology. I don't respond. He calls, emails, wants normal back. I delete it all. I keep thinking about why Randall's like this. Is it his family? Me? I don't think he hates me. He's just terrified of not being the favorite. He said his mom pressures him to keep things in check. I guess I'm the thing to control. It's so immature. I notice things differently now. How his family closes ranks. How Randall needs to be the funny guy, even if it means hurting me. I hoped he'd grow up. Now I'm not sure. I'm not going back to that. I'm not their punching bag. If Randall chooses his family over me, fine. He can have them. I've got my people, messy as they are. Next update when I figure out what's next. So, a few days later, and I'm still at my parents'. My mom's cooking like I'm a kid again. My dad's staying out of it, but said, you don't deserve that, which is basically a novel from him. My sister's thriving on the chaos, but checks in daily, making sure I don't cave. I had a moment of doubt, wondering if I was overreacting, but rereading the group chat nonsense snaps me out of it. Yesterday, Randall's mom texts, inviting me to a family dinner at their favorite spot, the one with shaky chairs and breadsticks everyone hoards. She says it's to clear the air and move past the misunderstanding. I laugh. It's so them to pick a public place where I can't make a scene. I show my mom. She says it could be closure. My dad says, do what you want, but don't let them push you. I debate for hours. Part of me wants to cut them off forever, but I'm still angry about Randall's grip and his mom's control your wife. So, I text my sister, want to be my backup at a weird family dinner? She sends a skull emoji and hell yeah. We drive over, my sister blasting music, me scrolling my notes app, rehearsing what I want to say. I almost delete it, but she snatches my phone saying, don't let them make you think you're the problem. She's right. At the restaurant, the hostess gives us a look like, oh, you're with them. The whole crew's there. Randall, his parents, Regan, 2 aunts, an uncle, even Ariana, who looks exhausted. Everyone's acting fake nice, but the tension's thick. Randall stands like he's going to hug me. I just nod and sit at the table's end. My sister sits beside me, glaring at everyone. They start with awkward small talk. Randall's dad on about his truck. Someone mentions the forecast. I trace the menu and nod occasionally. No one mentions the baby shower, but it's hanging over us. Regan, wearing sunglasses indoors for some reason, keeps whispering to her aunt and glancing at me. Finally, Randall's mom clears her throat and says, we're here to move forward, but that won't happen if people hold grudges. She looks at me, then Randall, then me again. It'd help if everyone owned their part so we can put this behind us. I nearly choke on my drink. Randall says, we all said things, Gemma, but you blew it out of proportion. I just want normal. Regan snickers, muttering, some people don't know normal. My sister raises an eyebrow, waiting for my move. I almost stay quiet. It's what I've always done, but I'm too angry. I pull out my phone and say, actually, I made a list. Randall's mom looks puzzled. Regan rolls her eyes. I start reading. The casserole jab from Regan. The time Randall's mom said I'd never belong until I acted like her. The group chat memes. Randall's kid-free comment. I don't shout, just read. The table's silent except for one aunt sipping her drink. Randall cuts in. It's just joking, you know that. I say, you laughed at me, not with me. You made me a punchline and didn't care if it hurt. Regan groans. Are we really doing this? I say, yes, we are. I look at Randall and say, you want normal? How about when you said you didn't want kids because I'd turn them against you? Or that you're not ready to be tied down but happy to use me for laughs? I say, I'm done being your scapegoat. Be the golden child without me. Randall's face flushes. He tries to interrupt. Why here? I say, because you dismissed me in private. Now deal with it publicly, like you humiliated me. Regan stands, saying, you don't get to play victim. I say, then stop making me the bad guy for not laughing. She moves toward me. My sister stands, blocking her. Regan mutters about psycho sisters. My sister tells her to sit. Randall's mom says, enough, you're ruining this family. I say, no, you are by ignoring what's happening. You want respect but give none. I'm not apologizing for refusing to be trash. I pull an envelope from my bag and slide it to Randall. Divorce papers, sign them. The table freezes. Regan gasps. Randall's mom says, you're not serious. I say, I'm done. Randall tries to grab my arm as I stand. I shake him off, saying, don't touch me. He gets loud. You're throwing everything away over jokes? I say, no, because you and your family don't respect me. Regan slams the table. You're just jealous you don't belong. I laugh. Thank God. My sister touches my shoulder. We head out. Randall follows to the lobby, pleading, we can fix this. I stop, turn, and say, you had every chance. You chose to humiliate me. Your turn now. He shouts, you'll regret this. I don't look back. My sister opens the door, and we leave together. I don't know what's next, but I'm not backing down. They had every chance to treat me like a person and failed. Okay, I thought the dinner would end it, but nope. Randall's family doesn't do done. I've been sitting on this update because every time I think it's over, someone does something petty or weird. After the restaurant, I figured Randall would get it. Wrong. He's persistent in that infuriating way that makes him the golden child. He refuses to lose. The morning after, I wake at my parents to a dozen missed calls. Randall, his mom, Regan, and random numbers. My dad's making coffee, grunts when I walk in. I check messages, all variations of talk to me or let's be reasonable. I mute my phone. My mom asks if I'm okay. I say, just tired. She makes pancakes. Randall's mom texts my mom saying I'm tearing the family apart, and Randall's lost without me. My mom, bless her, says, Gemma's an adult. She'll figure it out. I start moving my stuff out, texting Randall, I'll be by with my dad. He says he'll be out. Good. At the apartment, nothing's touched. Wilted plants, stacked mail, leftover takeout. I pack, my dad carries boxes, and we don't talk much. I leave the key and slam the door. Randall texts, "You could have said goodbye." I don't reply. His mom sends a novel-length message about how I don't understand family, and marriage is about forgiveness. I send it to my sister. She says, "Frame it as a warning." My dad says I can stay as long as I need. My mom's happy I'm eating. My sister sends apartment listings. Mutual friends are awkward. One asks if I'm serious. I say yes. He's shocked. Another wants to talk. I say I'm fine. The apartment hunt sucks. Everything's too small, pricey, or weird. I find one, but it's a 2-week wait. My mom keeps suggesting dinner guests, like she's making up for lost family time. My dad fixes a sink and jokes I'm not married to it. 4 days post-dinner, Ariana texts. Regan's saying I attacked her at the restaurant. I laugh, text back, "She wishes." Ariana says she told Regan to grow up. I thank her, say she's the only sane one. A week after the shower, Randall texts from a new number while I'm at the store. "Please talk, I was joking." I send it to my sister and Madeline. Madeline says, "He's still on that?" My sister says, "Send a clown emoji." I reply to him, "So was I, pretending to be your wife." No response, I block him. He doesn't show at my parents', thankfully. A friend says he's at his mom's, who's not thrilled. I don't care. I file the divorce papers, pay the fee, get the email confirmation. My mom hugs me tight. My sister bakes a cake with divorce vibes in blue icing. I laugh so hard I nearly drop it. Randall will always play victim. His mom will call me difficult, and Regan will post memes forever. I don't care. I stood up for myself and got out. Thanks to anyone who read these rants and didn't tell me to be the bigger person. Sometimes you just need to be done. Now I'm watering my sad plants, eating divorce cake, and hunting for an apartment without creepy carpet or recorder playing neighbors. Catch you later. If you enjoyed this story and felt the emotions behind it, don't forget to give it a like, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel for more real-life experiences and heartfelt stories. Your support means the world, and it helps us bring more content like this to you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.